military academy band is under the direction of Captain Fred Ainsworth, with the drum major, Staff Sergeant Glenn West. The 3rd Regiment is commanded by Cadet Captain Jonathan Bate from Carthage, Texas. The Regimental Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Adam O'Donnell from Hampton, Virginia. The 1st Battalion is commanded by Cadet Captain Meg Kulangowski from Springfield, Virginia. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Zach Guthrick from Wheaton, West Virginia. Company A is commanded by Cadet Captain Michael Mode from San Antonio, Texas. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Justin Gillenwater from Barberton, Ohio. Company B is commanded by Cadet Captain Joe Weston from Yardley, Pennsylvania. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Steve Pinkham from Springfield, Illinois. Company C is commanded by Cadet Captain Mason Thornell from Fort Bragg, North Carolina. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Lindsey Guerin from Dahlonega, Georgia. Company D is commanded by Cadet Captain Jake Courtley from Alexandria, Virginia. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Adam Norton from Roker Park, California. From Nazareth, Pennsylvania. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Chelsea Cunningham from Ely, Minnesota. Company E is commanded by Cadet Captain Joseph Barber from Macon, Georgia. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Alfredo Bolio from San Jose, Costa Rica. Company F is commanded by Cadet Captain Edward Park from Dallas, Texas. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Josh McCarver from Memphis, Tennessee. Company G is commanded by Cadet Captain Brendan McGann from Bethesda, Maryland. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant John Roan from Brewer, Maine. Company H is commanded by Cadet Captain Howard Warner from Omaha, Nebraska. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Kyle Kitchener from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Since the days of the American Revolution, flag bearers have been an important element in ceremonies. At the center of today's formation and bearing the national color is the United States Corps of Cadets Color Guard, led by Cadet Color Sergeant Matt Boudreaux from Villa Park, Illinois. The 4th Regiment is commanded by Cadet Captain Jonathan Painter from Bristol, Texas. The Regimental Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Zach Ryder from Overland Park, Kansas. The 1st Battalion is commanded by Cadet Captain April Allison from Bradenton, Florida. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Benjamin Flores from Fresno, California. Company A is commanded by Cadet Captain Kevin Britt from Boulder City, Nevada. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Janice Jeunesse from Sacramento, California. Company B is commanded by Cadet Captain Benjamin Hardick from Concord, California. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant James Schaefer from Palmerton, Pennsylvania. C is commanded by Cadet Captain Matthew Green from St. Pete Beach, Florida. The first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Andrew Morgan from Tallahassee, Florida. Ohio. The first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Tracy Wilson from Purcellville, Virginia. The second battalion is commanded by Cadet Captain Brandon Bangsball from Fayetteville, Georgia. The battalion command sergeant major is Cadet Sergeant Major Kyle Brewer from Detroit, Michigan. Company E is commanded by Cadet Captain Dave Talbot from Fayetteville, North Carolina. The first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Chris Beach from Kingston, New York. Company F is commanded by Cadet Captain John W. Hill from Memphis, Tennessee. The first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Paul Cheval from Parkland, Florida. Company G is commanded by Cadet Captain Ryan Davis from Woodbridge, New Jersey. The first sergeant is Cadet